Okay. So in the 1970s and 1980s, we saw a rise of evangelical Christianity. So evangelicalism is a branch of Protestant Christianity that emphasizes a personal relationship with Jesus, salvation through faith, and of course, the importance of evangelicalism or the spread of the gospel. You're trying to bring Jesus to everyone else and spread the good word.
So like those like preachers on TV, essentially.
Oh yes, we will get to the televangelists in a minute. But yes, they are a product of this evangelicalism. So it really started because conservative Christian fundamentalism by the 1960s and 1970s had become somewhat of an isolated movement in American culture, and a lot of Christians were rather distant from the more secular trends in society, and they wanted a way to reach out and sort of start interacting and influencing society again. And so evangelicalism was more able to adapt to modern challenges than strict Christian fundamentalism. And we saw it when evangelicals really became involved in politics in the 1970s and 1980s. They were motivated by strong beliefs that they needed to take a stand against what they saw as the moral decay of society. And to do that, they'd have to get involved in politics. So this led them to start supporting specific political candidates that happened to align with their conservative social values.
Oh.
Yeah, so before this, I mean, religion has always played a part in politics, even though our founding fathers didn't want it to. Religion has always been there in politics, but in the 1970s and 1980s, it became more, less, I guess you could say less veiled about it. It's more directly, yes, we like this guy because he's a Christian.
Oh, so
Yeah,
it's kind of like that.
Yes, where people in the evangelical movement were specifically supporting somebody because they have good Christian values.
What qualifies as that?
Well, we'll get to that in a minute. But before we do that, I have to say I hate this so much because this is exactly what the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment wanted to protect against. They did not want the entanglement of church and state, and so people supporting candidates basically solely because of their religion. I hate that so much. But yeah, anyway, so we'll get to what they wanted. But one of the most significant developments came in the 1970s with the creation of what they called the moral majority in 1979.
What's that?
The moral majority. It was a political organization designed to unite evangelicals and other conservative Christians to influence public policy and counter what they considered the liberalization of culture at the time.
They create a whole like
it was basically a whole almost political party.
Wow.
Yeah, they didn't have their own political candidates, but it functioned as almost a political party in supporting whatever candidate most aligned with their religious beliefs.
So they're kind of like picking and choosing their candidates,
which is still going on today. That is, look at the Christians in support of Trump right now. It is still exactly what's happening.
Well, I mean, he played them really well.
He did. Granted, he did play them well, but you want to know how that came to be? This is where it started.
Wow. You know, I'm waiting to see the return of Trump's trash truck. Like, now that he's in office, I just want to see the return of it.
Okay, I am waiting for the return of the trash truck as well.
It would be like the greatest return of American history. It's like, by God, it's the trash truck. It's back.
It's back. That would be great. So you asked about the things that these evangelical leaders wanted. Well, they argued that secularism, which is basically moving away from religion at all, and liberalism were undermining traditional Christian values. So they wanted to influence public policy in areas such as abortion, school prayer, and family law. Does any of this sound familiar?
Yeah.
It's
the school prayer thing. It's like, You know, when I'm in school, it's like even when I was younger, I never had a school prayer.
Okay, I when I was going through school, I do remember they didn't have a moment of prayer because there were issues about about there were establishment clause issues with that. There were issues about you know equality among the religions there. So what instead they did was during morning announcements we'd have a quote moment of silence.
Same.
Yeah, so you had it too. Yeah, that's what basically what the moment of silence was for. It was a stand-in for being able to say, "Okay, take a moment and pray."
Wait, what? I didn't see it that way. I kind of saw it as, oh, we're taking a moment of silence for the country or something. I don't know.
No, 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 no. The daily moment of silence is what the schools basically compromised on because people argued against them, saying, let's have a moment for daily prayer.
Well, I clearly it didn't work on me because I didn't know that.